Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another day in my life, and I'm super excited for today's video because Dan and I finally made it out to do some shopping for our spring garden. I also picked up some food when I was out, so I figured I'd show you that, and I did a little bit of cooking as well. I know I always say this now, but if you do like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It's not only a way for you to support me and my channel, but it also helps to grow our community of other peace-loving people. So with that being said, let's hop right in. Man, oh man, you are gonna see a lot of flowers and trees and plants in this video. Not only was the weather amazing on this day, but we are in a very specific small period in Nashville where there are flowers everywhere. So I kept the windows open next to my desk while I got some work done at the top of the day, and I was able to see all of the beautiful plants outside of my house. We've got this fiery bush and these vines that are starting to climb up the tree, and I just had to share. I thought I hadn't shown this phone case yet, but I think I have. I just got it and I'm obsessed with it. I think it's so beautiful. Dan and I made our way downtown, not downtown, but through the town, to just run some errands. I had him stop off first at a local place called the Urban Juicer. I also brought with me on this day my orange elderflower CBD and caffeine drink, and I just ate and drank while Dan and I drove to the garden center. Dan was actually doing intermittent fasting on this day, so he wanted to wait to eat. And the garden center that we stopped at was a place recommended to me by my neighbor called Bates Garden Center. And this place was massive. They have tons of plants growing indoors and outdoors, and flowers and vegetables and just all kinds of things. And so we spent some time talking to like a garden specialist, and she helped us decide on what we wanted to pick up on this day. So Dan and I just explored, spoke to the garden specialist, and the weather could not have been more perfect. It was low 70s with a slight breeze. Old California Nikki might have found it a little bit cold, but new Nashville Nikki found it beautiful. Oh, and then I made Dan floss for me. We only decided to pick up a few plants today because we didn't realize we were actually about 2 weeks early to the garden center. So in some ways that was good, because they said that a lot of items were going to sell out within the next week or two, but you can't really plant your plants before the last frost date, and we have a couple more cold dates coming up, so we only picked up a few items, which, by the way, I will be showing you guys the process of us planting our outdoor spring garden. It's really going to be mostly Dan's venture. I actually jokingly call him Farmer Dan now. His grandpa grew a lot of food when he was growing up, and so I think Dan kind of has a special place in his heart for all of this. We did make a quick stop at Home Depot's garden center on the way home too, to look for a couple of items. They didn't have what we were looking for, but it was nice to just, continue to be out and enjoy the air. Then on the way home, we decided to hit up Aldi to do a little bit of grocery shopping. So we just picked up a couple of things that we wanted / needed, Got to do dance moves in the grocery store. Never miss an opportunity to dance in the grocery store. By the way, if you missed it, I uploaded an Aldi grocery haul this week where I showed you everything that I got, told you how much we spent, all of that jazz. So be sure to check that out if you missed it. Honestly, this time of year is just pure magic, and I drive around town with my jaw just unhinged wide open. So when I got home, I decided to make a tuna melt and some coleslaw. So I started off by opening up my can of tuna and draining out all the extra liquid and kind of giving it a rinse as well. Then I put it in my bowl and I took a big heap, probably like 1 to 2 tablespoons of veganese, and added that to the mix. Then, because you know I add lemon juice to literally everything, I squeezed in a ton of lemon juice. Honestly, the more lemon juice, the better. Then I took a scoop of this Trader Joe's garlic aioli mustard sauce, and then I diced up some white sweet onion to add to the mix as well. Then, I feel like this is something people don't really think about with tuna, but I always like to crush in fresh garlic as well. Then I added some salt and some pepper. Then I mixed everything together. And I knew I wanted to add tomato to my tuna melt, but I forgot that I didn't have any like large tomatoes left. So I decided to just chop up some cherry tomatoes and actually make that a part of the tuna salad. So I cut cherry tomatoes in half and threw them into the bowl. And then of course, jalapeno all day, every day. Am I right, ladies? Or am I right? I don't know. I love it so much. I am so Californian, part Mexican in my heart. And so I will add a jalapeno to everything. So I chopped that up and then I just mixed the whole delicious mixture together. Now, a lot of you guys in my Aldi haul asked for me to show you how I make my coleslaw. Now, I don't really remember because I don't have a recipe and I haven't made it in a while, but this is how I made it today. So I poured out my coleslaw mix and then I chopped up an apple into some small chunks. Threw the apple into the coleslaw. A lot of people comment that I shouldn't be giving my dog apple cores, but he doesn't eat tons of apple cores. And I read up on it, and apparently you would have to give your dogs like a lot of apple cores for them to actually cause a problem. At least that's what I've read online. So then after I toasted my sourdough bread, I scooped my tuna mix onto the bread, and then I decided to just add a little bit of balsamic on top because I just thought it sounded good and it was amazing. And then I put some chunks of some extra sharp cheddar cheese on top. And then I threw the open-faced sandwich into the oven so that it could melt the cheese. While that was being melted, I chopped up some cilantro to add to my coleslaw as well. Once again, any chance to add fresh herbs and any chance to add more jalapeno, I am all about. So for this dressing, I kind of just guessed. So I took a couple of scoops of veganese, which by the way, I totally want to encourage you guys to do the same thing in the kitchen. You guys commenting on my food choices always makes me laugh because I'm just pretty much guessing all of the time. So then I poured in a dash of apple cider vinegar, and then I squeezed in the other half of my lemon that I didn't use in my tuna. And then I followed it up with some salt, some pepper, and then a little bit of this honey that I got from Trader Joe's. Then I whisked everything together. And then I poured the dressing on the coleslaw. So once my open face sandwich was complete, this was my lunch. And let me tell you, I know I say this about all of my food, but guys, this food it was so good. I've been eating tuna melts since I was a kid. Really, this is kind of my mom's recipe or inspiration. Pretty much all of my cooking is. And it was just delicious. Now, at the same time, Dan showed up at home, and Dan had picked up food from a local place in East Nashville called Riverside Grill Shack. They have won an award multiple years in a row for having the best fries in Nashville. So if you're able to get over there, it's a tiny little place near the railroad tracks. And yeah, I have to say, the fries are pretty dang good. So this is where I'm ending the video. I feel like I kind of start and end these day in my life videos in random spots. They're not like exact, like top of my day till end, obviously, but I just want to share beautiful things that I see throughout my day. So once again, if you have made it this far, I want to remind you that I have been doing, I call them secret/not so secret giveaways in my info box for all of you that care enough to not only stay to the end of my videos, but also check out my info boxes. And it's just a way for me to say thank you to all of you for all of your overwhelming support over the years. Whether you're new to my channel or you've been around from the beginning, I appreciate you so much. And I walk around every day saying that I am so grateful that this gets to be my job. It's not like something that's gotten old to me. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will hopefully see you back here soon with another new video. Bye, guys.